Hello, my name is Annie Capel and welcome to Psychic Minds. Today we're going to talk about the invisible friend. Now, when you're dealing with paranormal, know that invisible friends actually do exist. They're not pretend or make-believe or anything like that. They actually are real. You can have some invisible friends who are really, really good, or you can have some invisible friends who are actually really quite evil. If you find that your child is having adult conversations with an invisible friend, stop and listen to the conversation. You might be really surprised and find that your little child is actually quite a brain box that you weren't even aware of, because they are speaking to a very knowledgeable adult. An entity that you can't see, an entity that is energy that has no beginning or end. Now the thing is, you must make certain that your child isn't having conversations with a real nasty evil entity that's busy telling them what to do. If you find that your child is suddenly being really very naughty, doing things that a child wouldn't normally do, and it's really nasty, and you've asked them, what'd you do that for? Why on earth would you do that? I'm just telling you, I don't know. Really dig into it and find out, if by perchance their invisible friend told them to do that. Don't put the idea into their mind. Just say to them, why did you do that? Why on earth would you do? You don't normally do things like that. Why did you do that? You might be surprised to find that their invisible friend told them to do that, and that their invisible friend also told them that if they didn't do it, they would expect some sort of repercussion. They were in deep trouble. Just like they were in deep trouble with mum and dad. But deep trouble with mum and dad, it's not like they're going to get seriously harmed in some way. Now, mum and dad, once it's over and done with, being real good parents, would make certain that their child is still a very good, well-balanced, happy child. But when it comes to a nasty evil entity, that's a different story. They don't care, more interested in their own agenda, and you need to nip it in the bud. So, how do you know that your child is actually talking to a good one or an evil one? Just by the action and reaction of your child. That tells you everything in itself. If you really know your child, you will know that your child is having a discussion with an entity that's either good or bad. Now, if your child's having a conversation with an entity or doing really naughty things and you really need to get rid of the entity, what do? Because there's really not any book out there that says 101 on how to get rid of entities, 101 how to get rid of the invisible friend. Most of us tell our child the invisible friend doesn't exist, it's not real, it's in your mind, you're imagining, it's my child's invisible friend, big deal, but actually it is. You, like I said, need to know for sure that your child is having conversations with a being that's, looking after them. If you find that it's an evil entity, well, this is what you have to do. You have to tell your child to tell the entity to piss off. Once the child has done this, they are not a whole day for the entity to go. If it's a real nasty entity, it could take a couple of days. A real evil entity can take up to a week. If you find that that entity has not gone, then you need some real professional help. It's really important that you do get rid of the real evil nasty entity. Otherwise that entity is going to dog you and dog your child, which is just not right. It's no good. Now, you might think that's a real bad thing to teach your child to tell an entity to piss off, but it's not. The word piss off is a word that people are able to command. When you command, they know that you mean business and will leave. But if, like for example, if you find some kids out there keying your car, you pop yourself out the door, just down the path a wee bit, and say, excuse me, by the way, do you mind? Would it be alright? Possibly, you mind? Could you just not key my car? Is that alright? You'll actually find that they'll beat the crap out of you. You might find yourself unconscious on the floor, or on the ground, wallet stolen, house burglarised maybe, and you find that you're being dogged by these nasty little kids, or adults, or whomever's been out there keying your car. Right, so, but if you go outside and say, piss off, well, they know they've been sprung, and they 9 times out of 10 will run, because they know you mean business. But if you're getting around humming and hawing and maybe, do you think it'll be alright? You'll find that it won't go, because it's fun. It's called sport, and it will have as much fun as it can possibly extract out of you. So it's really important that the word is commanded, and your child really does know the word piss off. I mean, they have conversations with other real children, so yeah, I'm quite certain they'll know. But if you tell them that they can use that word to tell their invisible friend to piss off, you'll find that it should work, because your child is the psychic and will have the strength and the ability to do it. The thing is, you have to instill their confidence in them and just tell them it's okay for them to use the word on their invisible friend who's not being very nice to them. Now, like I said, if you find that the invisible friend just does not leave your child alone, then it would pay for you to contact me, and you'll find the details at the end of my website. And like I said, this is stuff that I used even as a little child myself, because my mum found me having adult conversations with entities, my invisible friends that she couldn't see, but she found that this little 2-year-old kid was having real conversations and on very learned subjects with beings she just couldn't see. She also found I was having conversations with some real nasty little evil entities at the same time. So she decided that they needed to get rid of, and so she talked to me about the difference between real friends, ones that are really good to you, really nice, and don't tell you to be nasty or do nasty things, and that real friends help look after you, and you do the same with them. Okay, so like I said, you have trouble with the invisible friend, use this technique and it should work. But if it doesn't, just have a look at the information at the end of this video, and it should be of help. Okay then, thank you very much, and just have a lovely day. Okay, goodbye.